Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Big Canvas Show here, the quarantine edition, once again on Zoom. My name's Doug Rothgeb, and joining me, here comes the rest of the group. We have the lovely and talented Tracie Mauk, Dwayne Brown, Joe Klaus, Eric Green. Give them a big round of applause. Woo! We brought in a few extra guests with us. This is going to be amazing. I am so excited for this. Hopefully, everyone else is excited. You get to hear me twice.
I feel like we should test our voice. Hello, can everyone hear us?
There you go. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Perfect. We are here once again on Zoomland. Hopefully, it almost feels like it's Zoolander kind of thing, but Zoomland. I don't know what that means, but good old Zoomland once again, and hopefully soon we will no longer be doing this, but we're getting closer. We can feel it. We can feel it in our bones. But we brought along a few guests with us, Dwayne Brown and Joe Klaus. How have you guys been? We haven't seen you in like a decade, it feels like.
Joe, what do you think?
Well, I've found out that the answer to how have you been has been, if you say good, that means great. Good means great. Average is good. No drama is good. Nothing. Just the regular, steady, just kind of trying to keep your, mind and body sane. That's good enough. You don't have to have anything special go on. My wife and I joke, we're like, oh, we went outside today. Oh, yeah, that was a big deal. That was fun. Remember how the sun came out? Yeah. So, yeah, pretty good. I mean, overall, pretty good. Yeah.
Dwayne? I love talking to friends and family out of town, and they're like, what are you doing? Staying in my house. That's about it. What are you doing? Sorry.
I always like the weather guys that say, well, we like to tell you what you can do so you can plan your day. Plan my day? Go to the mailbox? Come back? Whoa, yeah. Thanks for that. Not so good.
Dwayne, how about you?
I've been doing great. I'm excited to get our theater back open. You guys know we were long and hard to get an 80-person theater going in the Blackstone district, and I am just counting the days where we can be back on stage in person being funny.
Where is that? What's the address of that said theater?
I'm glad you asked. It's 3624 Farnham Street, Omaha, Nebraska, in the Blackstone district. It's called Blackstone Commons.
And we now serve beer there, or we will be serving beer. So, and there's a hotel just built right across the street. So if you want to have a few beers, walk to the hotel. You're great. You're set.
Yeah. Restaurants are everywhere. We have a full bar. It'll be fantastic once we just pull the trigger.
That's one of those things where I think we were all saying when we opened it, a year from now it'll be great because we'll have all these things open and all this stuff will be here, and here we are. It's a year later, and now we can go back and everything's already there. So now all we got to do is get us there.
Just got to get us there.
But look at it this way: you can use this time to your advantage. Familiarize yourself with the area, drive around. Then when we do open up, you'll know right where everything is, all the parking spots. You could have a real advantage going in there.
Lay of the land.
That Cool Greens around the block is awesome.
Yeah, right next door. Right next door.
Yeah.
There's food that they could bring over to the plate. It's gonna be glorious. I am so excited.
That's cool.
Excellent. Tracie, Eric, how have you guys been? While I kill time while we get more audience members to join in.
Oh, anybody watching this stream should already be well familiar with them.
They're actually watching to check in on you, Tracie.
It's old hat by now. Yeah, I'm just sitting here among my piles of comic books, doing internet comedy for free. It's all I've been doing for the last year.
The dream, isn't it? It's the dream.
Yeah. And I'm watching her do that.
That's funny.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, we're going to start off our show. We're going to have some fun here tonight, and hopefully you will tell us, because as always, it's an improv show, so everything we do relies on you. If you don't give us a suggestion in the chat on YouTube, we don't know what we're going to say or do. If you don't give us those suggestions, really the show's going to suck and it's going to be your fault. So if you're watching at home.
I feel like we could help them out a little bit there. That's put a lot of pressure on our.
I'm putting the bar really high on this show tonight.
That's the way to surely get them all back to the studio with that, revving them up there, Doug. That's good.
And again, throughout the night, we're going to be asking for maybe multiple suggestions in a game. If you only have maybe 1 or 2 suggestions out of the 4 we maybe ask for, go ahead and put those in. We're always constantly looking around and trying to make sure that we have that. So don't worry about having to come up with like a letter of the alphabet and a location and a person. Maybe if you just want to put a letter of the alphabet in, that is absolutely okay. Obviously, there'll also be a bit of a delay. Between the two, we try to get the suggestions out as quickly as we can when we know the game that we're going to play, so that you guys have that. And again, there is a bit of a delay through the magical series of tubes known as
series of tubes.
Yeah.
That's where we're
Great tube.
The great
That's
tube. So
excellent.
Well, most importantly, have fun. Just you're sitting back. You're getting some fun new content here to enjoy in your homes. Hopefully your family are huddled around your tablet or cell phone where you're watching this. And like in the old days with the radio, you just huddle around the radio together with your family and watch Big Canvas Improv.
Just downright Dickensian, all the kids just huddled around.
Yeah. I have pictures of families going, what? What is that? Why?
Oh.
Fun? Yes.
DM me later and I'll explain the radio to you at full length. That's
There you go. There you go. So our first game is going to be a game called Self-Conducted Story. Basically, you're going to give us a title of a show that's that's never been written. Actually, never been written. Make up a title. We have a couple there. Eric's already put the post out into the world, and so you can see it. But give us a title of a story that's never been written. We will create a story one at a time. We will kind of pop in and out, telling the story, adding to the story, and making it the funniest story you have ever heard. Or it could also be the most influential story you'll ever hear in your life.
Ooh, influential. Maybe. I like that.
I know. I'm just trying.
That carries big weight, Doug. Big weight.
Right now, we're influencers because we have 8 people on YouTube.
Stop saying the numbers. Stop. They go down when you say them.
I know.
807. Oh, well, good night.
Well, I like the one. Well, been throughout too, but I like the first one been throughout. The unicorn who did accounting.
Unicorn who did accounting.
So we're going to get started with this game while other people pop in. There will be more suggestions. We will be asking for more games and more hilarity, but we're going to start with Self-Conducted Story and the unicorn who did accounting.
Once upon a time, there was a unicorn who did accounting.
This unicorn did not find himself very fulfilled by this life of accounting, but it is all he knew to do. So he filled his days crunching numbers, flattening them out and crunching them again, and until one day he was on a walk during his one of his 2 allotted 15-minute breaks, and he found the most mysterious thing.
It was a magical clock. The clock didn't have the number 15 on it. And he thought to himself, well, that's normal for a clock. But it did not have just one number 15. It had all 15s. 15 at 1 o'clock, 15 at 2 o'clock, 15 at 4 o'clock, and so on and so forth. And then finally, the unicorn decided, hey, I can't live my life 15 minutes at a time. I have to do something about that. And so the unicorn ran into his office, found his boss, and did a horrible, horrible thing.
That horrible thing that he did to his boss, he later came to regret with all the sincerity in the world. And after the funeral service, the unicorns decided that he's going to change professions. And the unicorn decided that he might go into the business of making clocks.
clockmaker, you see, is the perfect occupation for someone who is on the run for murder. For who would suspect the humble clockmaker of ever having ended the life of a former employer? Certainly not the authorities of this magical realm. And so he did find himself the fulfillment he was searching for by making and repairing these clocks, the thing he once used to just idly space off staring into as he waited for his 8-hour Monday through Friday, 40-hour week shift of accounting to come to its miserable conclusion.
He was kind of going cuckoo. Every once in a while, he would just lose his mind. Did we tell you that his name was Ben? Yes, this unicorn's name was Ben. And this job, this 40-hour a week job, looking at Excel spreadsheets and trying to figure out where the dollars and cents went, drove him completely crazy. And he decided that with this clock making, that he would sit and he would watch the arm swing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until one day he became mesmerized, almost hypnotized to the swinging pendulum.
Which of course meant that he's a very bad clockmaker because the arms were just swinging back and forth and not properly indicating the passage of time in a clockwise motion.
What ended up happening to this poor Ben the unicorn was clocks and numbers and accounting and pendulums and gears and motors and everything just became far too overwhelming. So he went up to that mountain that he was originally on, got up to the very precipice and looked to the heavens for the final number that he was looking for to answer all the questions.
That number was 0. Ben knew it. Ben knew as he stood upon the high cliff looking down at the lake in a perfectly round circle that Ben knew this was going to be the last number he was going to see. And so he began his countdown, starting from 10 and going down to 0 as he was falling very quickly, seeing the ground coming up next to him. And then, well, not a lot of people know what happened next, but somehow, I think if we could talk to Ben, he would tell us a very, very important lesson.
And the moral of the story is that there's no better time to follow your dreams than right now.
That was a thing of beauty. I told you it'd be inspirational.
Thanks for an uplifting ending, Dwayne. I thought we were going the wrong way there for a minute.
Oh, you pulled us out of the fire there, Dwayne.
Joe, you've never played this game with me. I always go dark for some reason.
And I realized watching the playback on my phone that my hand was doing a counterclockwise motion. So ever the two of us.
I was a confused unicorn. We were accounting and we were, I was all over. It was great.
Come on.
I'm just glad my clock has a pendulum that.
Yes. Okay, Doug, if it's my turn to let our guests know that we're going to play another game now, and this game is called Questions Only. And I don't even probably have to tell you what that means because it's pretty self-explanatory. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a scene, because I am going to explain it anyway. We're gonna have a scene, and so what I need from somebody out there is let's say an outside venue where two people could be hanging out or doing an activity of some sort. Send that in and we'll get people on the Zoom here, and what we'll do is we'll have two people going at a time, and they can only speak in questions, and they can't just repeat the other person's question and be redundant. And so we kind of buzz them and get them off there. And then another person will come in and do questions. And but they can only speak in questions as we do this. So we'll kind of pop in and out of the screen with the questions. And let's see if we've got our thing yet. Anything yet, fellas?
They are still waiting. I haven't quite seen any suggestions.
All right.
Results are coming in.
We need a whiteboard.
As you
The
can
lovely
see, of
Emily
Tracie.
Worthing has put in a suggestion of Disney.
Disney? So we have the
Disney.
suggestion of Disney, which would mean that you're at Disney. I'm going to take it somewhere else. You can be at the world or the land, whichever one you want. And then we'll do questions only. And I guess we just start with whoever ends up being left on the screen.
Quick draw.
Is this the world or the land?
have you never been to Euro Disney before?
Have you never been to Paris?
Where do you think I got my accent from?
Paris?
Did you bring your umbrella?
Is it going to rain?
Did you see the weather girl in the front gate?
Was she the one with the sign that said the end is nigh?
Will you follow me to the bunker?
Is there a gift shop there? Oh no!
Right place. Can you help me?
Are you at the wrong park?
Isn't that what I just said?
I couldn't hear you over my heart stopping.
Where are your parents, little boy?
Who are you?
Why are you sweating?
Do you have any idea how hot it is in these things?
Where did you get those glasses?
Can I take the head off?
Would you please? I guess I could question myself.
You see those guys?
Which guys?
Don't you recognize Fred and Barney?
Who were the people that... Never mind.
Can I ride this ride?
How tall are you?
How tall do I have to be?
Can't you see the sign?
Yeah.
Are you harassing our customers again?
Is that against the rules?
Don't you know the rules?
Was it that thick book you gave me on the first day?
Why are you even working here?
Do you know a place I'll pay more?
Nope.
All right, that's a good place to stop that one. We can't when you're the host and you're playing, you forget that you're actually hosting and you're trying to go, wait a minute, who are these people? Why are they at Disney World? That's fun. That's
really
a different. You really got to
really
get your
hoping to
brain
get
on
back
that
in
one.
there and just deluge Eric with a bunch of lines about Nickelodeon Studios.
Yes.
That was the funniest thing I think I've seen on Zoom and YouTube ever.
Not gonna lie, guys, didn't have to leave the room for that.
The Chucky Finster head is never without arm's reach.
Wow.
If I
Brilliant.
wanted to do extra effort, I would have found the shirt too.
Oh, wow.
I know better than to ask you if that was for Halloween. That's a that's
Yeah.
That's a Peasant's Day Halloween. No.
That's to answer the door when DoorDash comes.
So we're moving on to our next game.
What is it? Sorry.
It's Tracie.
Tracie's hosting.
It's me. Oh,
I truly have thrown her.
You have.
I didn't realize it just took a Chucky head to do it.
For an expert, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, for this game, for an expert, we're going to have our 3 players here joining us. And before I get to explaining it, I'm going to have, I need our friends in the chat to give us a subject that our expert is expert in. It can be any subject, although know that whatever we decide, you are going to be asked to supply the questions for it. For the most part. And the way this game works with For an Expert is that we've got Joe and Eric here, and together they're going to be playing. One of them is the expert on this subject, but this expert, while they can understand everything we're saying, they don't speak English. They have their own language that they speak, and then our translator will be here to translate what they're saying to us. So Joe will be translating what Eric is answering with to us. And then I, as host, will be feeding them questions about the subject that we've got coming in. Oh, some good subjects coming in here. I think one very, very close to Eric's recent expertise.
No rules.
By which, of course, I mean ear infections is our subject here. That's not what I was alluding to at all, but I just think that's a fun subject to play with. So the subject is ear infections. So, well, let's just jump right into it here. And welcome our guest. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We've all been eagerly awaiting your talk with us here tonight. You know, as health is on our minds more than ever now. We would like to know everything that you can tell us about the pesky devil called ear infections. So please, thank you for joining us. Introduce yourself.
My name is Helmet, and I'm glad to be here.
It's wonderful to have you here. Mr. Helmet, is that too formal? Is that all right?
That's fine. Mr. Helmet or Helmet is fine.
Well, thank you, Mr. Helmet. So happy to have you here. Just to get things started for us, I just love to know, I mean, of all the little picadillos there are in the health field, what drew you to ear infections as a subject?
When I was younger, I had an unfortunate drilling accident, and a drill went into the side of my head in my ear, and I had to figure out what was wrong. So I got into studying ear infections.
Ooh, well, that's you know, finding that silver lining to everything is important, isn't it? I'm glad that you're here with us today to be able to share in everything you've learned in your very dramatic life. Let me throw it to some audience questions here. First question, who gets infections?
Me?
Oh, obviously. I mean, sure. I guess maybe more specifically, who is more prone to ear infections?
Me.
Well, I mean, of course, you are the expert. Why shouldn't it be you? Very good, very good. Well, hey, we've got another audience question here. What is one thing you should never do with an ear infection?
Well, that is a very, very good question. What you should never, ever do is by any means jump off a cliff and dive into the water. You do not want to do that. You cannot hear. So then you get up out of the water and you're scrambling everywhere to try to get to the shore. And it's very, very dangerous.
Absolutely. I mean, that sounds like good advice for everyone, ear infection or not. The water is a deadly place to be. Look, we've got another audience question here. Oh, great. What are Q-tips useful for? Or to use a non-brand name, cotton swabs.
Well, contrary to most people's beliefs, a lot of people stick them in their ears, and you really shouldn't do that. That can damage your ears pretty badly. Even though they're small, they're very useful for drumming. They have a soft tip, and you can drum with a lot of fervor, but yet they're not so loud because they are a soft tip. They're also good for practicing sparring, boxing.
Fascinating. You've certainly saved some lives tonight. Now, also a good question, another one to know is, can you get an ear infection from someone if they have one? Are ear infections contagious?
Oh, are you? Yes.
Oh, of course. Ask a silly question, right? Well, all right. We've got another a question here I want to get from the audience. If an ear infection is deep up in there, can it infect the brain? Can it affect the brain?
I'm not quite sure because I've had many ear infections up in my brain. It's hard to determine. But it's very possible. It's feasible, I guess.
We may have answered the question without knowing it.
Correct.
We've got time for one final question from our audience here, and I think it's the one that's been on our minds the most. Can fish get ear infections?
Well, technically no, because fish have gills. They don't really have ears. But because they're in the same part of the body, the ear infection for a fish, it's more like a gill infection, and the air doesn't come in and they get caught up, and eventually an ear infection for a fish is a gill infection, and that means death.
Oh, my heart goes out to all of our fishy friends out there. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. This has been an invaluable conversation. Do you have any parting words of wisdom you'd like to leave our audience with?
Not really.
Thank you, Mr. Helmet. Thank you so much. Join us next time when we talk about how fish don't have ears and will die from their lungs. Good job.
Hey, good job.
I apologize to my neighbors.
You have thin walls?
Hearing a cacophony of horrible noises.
Thin walls.
Isn't that just what you sound like first thing in the morning anyway?
No, I sound like a deck of playing cards first thing in the morning with popping.
Amy walked by and asked if you were okay.
Yeah, no. Amy,
Sounds like that guy needs a humidifier.
Yeah. Amy categorically, no, I'm not. Unfortunately, our system does not allow us.
All right, this next game, we're going to need a relationship. And the relationship that you guys from the audience will type in. And the relationship is going to be for, I believe, Doug and Eric. Is that right? Is that a true statement?
Eric
so
and I both need a relationship, yes.
Yeah, so the relationship between Doug and Eric. And I can't see the suggestion, so Tracie or Eric will have to work. Doug will have to pick one of the suggestions. But while we're waiting for the suggestions, unless you've got one. No, while we're waiting for the suggestion, what we're going to do is we're going to play a game called ABC. And the way this works is Eric and Doug will each take turns of dialogue. And the first letter of the first thing they say of the next dialogue is going to be the next letter of the alphabet. So as the scene progresses, they will go back and forth. And at any time, if you miss them up, we're going to have to razz them on it, but they'll continue along the way. So we also, though, aren't going to really just start at the letter A. I would like to have somebody type in a random letter of the alphabet, and that's the letter that they will begin their game with. So I'm waiting for a relationship and a letter of the alphabet.
Did you say you were waiting for a relationship?
Yep.
Yeah, and a letter of the alphabet.
You better let Amy know.
Sorry, Amy.
Eric's not okay, and I need a relationship.
Yes.
We've got some relationship suggestions pouring in here. I'm gonna.
I'm letting Tracie pick since I'm in the scene.
Oh, okay. Oh, and we got a letter. Okay, wonderful. Just because I've never seen it done before, the relationship that we have here between Eric and Doug, they are a widow and her dead ghost husband, and the letter is P.
Hey.
Patrick, are you there?
Quit bothering me while I'm dead.
Really? I mean, I made this beautiful dock on the second floor of our house so I could see you over the seas, calling for the day that you would come back to me, and you're here and you're talking to me. I don't get it, Patrick.
Sorry, I'm just upset because I'm, dead. But it's I was resting comfortably, and then you just like pulled me back into this house
that we built on our love, Patrick.
Usually I'd be happy about that, but right now I'm just kind of like, I'm back. I was, and I can't touch anything. I can't eat anything. I can't really, there's nothing. All I can do is float around.
Valor is what brought you to me in the first place. Not food, not furniture, not gold, it was love. It was valor. It was the feeling two people could have with each other.
Well, now I don't have feelings. I'm dead. I remember what it was like to feel, love for you. I remember what it was like to hold you. I remember what it's like to.
Xavier was right about you, Patrick. You're nothing but a materialistic person.
Yes, I told you that when I was alive, that I had to feel things, I had to touch things, I had to ingest things, I had to take it all in because it was life, and it was our only life that we have to live.
Zoom in on me for once. That's all I ask of you. Zoom in, Patrick. Be with me in the moment. Yes, I'm sorry that you died. That's why I'm up here. I'm still wearing black. I'm still with a veil over my head, waiting for you to float upon the crisp sea air. You were the one that told me you were coming back.
All right. I'll listen. All right. I'll do what I have to do to make you happy, but know that I can't give anything in return.
But no, I can't give anything in return? What kind of wording is that, Patrick? You know you love me, right?
Come on, really? This is you can move on, you can make a house with someone else now that I'm here, but I'm not here.
Don't you dare shove me off like I'm some kind of coat that you can put away for the winter, Patrick.
Eventually you're gonna have to move on. Eventually you're gonna have to find someone new, or eventually you bring somebody into the house and I will get really, really scary. And then I can spend enough time with them to kind of frighten them off. And that's how that is how I could show my love. You bring people in, I scare them off.
Faithful. I've been faithful to you, Patrick. And all of a sudden, I get to scare people off in the house that we built together based on love and valor and trust. It's just some kind of Disneyland amusement park ride to you.
Goofy, kind of, yeah. It's really kind of goofy.
How could you?
I didn't mean to have this happen to me. The semi just kind of came out of nowhere.
Just kind of what, Patrick? Just kind of jumped out in front of you?
Kind of, and just kind of took me 18 miles down the road.
Let me grieve the way that I want to grieve, which is with you by my side, feeling love. Let me...
Mary, I just really need you to listen, okay? Just stop and listen to what I'm saying here. I really can't be there emotionally, only spiritually.
No, I know. I get it. And again, you could be with me by my side at all times, but as I lay alone in my own bed, there's nothing that I could really feel other than just an emptiness in the shape of where you were.
Okay, then.
Patrick, I love you.
And scene. Very good. Patrick and Mary sure have a rough go of it.
Eric, remind me, what was the thing you told me not to do at the start of our show tonight?
Not to be lovers, if you can do that. You do that a bunch.
Yeah. I think it's different when there are different realms. I don't think it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be more specific next time, Eric. You say don't make Doug and I be in love every time, but you didn't say one of you couldn't be a ghost.
Right. It's a different realm. It's a different realm.
I appreciate you just hurtling head first into the, we've never done this before. I'm like,
well, and then we got Emily going, Patrick is oddly okay with his gruesome death. I mean, no choice.
What are you gonna do about it, really? I mean, hey, Sarah.
Exactly. It was just a semi.
That was entertaining.
It was touching, wasn't it?
I was off camera, and I found myself wishing for a lighthouse and the calming of the crashing, and I thought I should go over and check on her and see if she was going to be all right.
now that I am looking and I know now who gave the suggestion, it fits horribly accurately. And for Rhea, it wasn't the suggestion, it was the fact that literally after giving Tracie the prompt of, hey, let's not be lovers, immediately picked lovers.
Yep.
But so we are getting some suggestions in. For those of you who are looking at the chat, congratulations, thank you. I do appreciate you putting in some work because we're going to need a bunch of these. So that's why I'm asking for a lot of these. We are now going to be moving on to a game called Channel Surfing. So this is a pretty brand new one. So we're going to see how well the Zoom room will handle this particular game. As you all know, we're kind of all stuck in right now. So one of the things that a lot of people are doing is they're watching television. And if you're watching enough television, you kind of start noticing a lot of the channels seem the same, or at least they're doing stuff. There's 300 channels and you're watching about 5 or 6 of them. So in the world of streaming services and whatnot, so what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be the host, pretty much watching TV. And I'm going to give each of our other players a channel based off of your suggestions. And we'll also be taking a channel. We'll also be taking a suggestion on the subject matter that all of these particular channels will be talking about in their own special way. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to pick particular channels. Oh, I'm loving all of these. So for Doug, technically this isn't a channel, but Doug, you were doing pro wrestling. So I'm going to give you can go WWE, AEW. I figure that's enough in your wheelhouse. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Joe, I'm going to give you QVC. So you get to sell things.
Geez, I hope I can do that.
Yeah. Dwayne, I'm gonna give you classic TV. So think like TV Land, Nick at Night for a millennial, I guess. I don't know why I did that, but like pick what you want to do. Classic stuff. And then Tracie, I'm gonna stretch you out, unfortunately. You're going to do the all anime channel. And what your subject matter will be is I'm actually going to throw a quirk in because I feel like this will be I figured this will be a interesting change here. Hi, Charlie, by the way. And we're actually going to go with, you guys are talking about Tiger King.
Tiger King.
So Joe Exotic, Tiger King, whatever you feel like that's going to work on. So I will basically start. What'll happen is on my go, I can basically change the channel. So once again, to remind everybody, Doug, you are
pro wrestling.
Joe, you are
QVC.
Dwayne, you are
the most classic of TV.
And Tracie, you are
the Anime Network, Crunchyroll or Funimation.
Sure. Again, I don't think I threw rings at anybody on this one. So
I'm glad that's your station, Tracie.
Yeah.
I mean, we can trade if you'd like, Joe.
Nope. Good where I'm at. Good where I'm at.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and we will start on QVC first.
Hey, everybody out there in consumer land, how are you? You know what we're going to do tonight? We have got some special gifts for everyone. If you order the khaki Tiger King pants, the ones with the extended legs where you can snap off the bottom, we have them in khaki. We have them in dark khaki. We have them in light khaki. There's sizes for everyone.
Wrestling.
I like putting on my khakis. Yeah, and getting into the ring. You know that Tiger King guy, he was soft and smooth and supple. Yep, but he was mean. he would abuse people. He would go real. He would break kayfabe and he would go real on us and start swinging, start hurting people. You know, if I see you in the streets there, Tiger King, you and I are going to go at it. Now,
Freeze. Anime.
You will never get us, Tiger King, for we are a group of high schoolers of indeterminate ethnicity, and with the power of love, we will defeat you after this extended transformation break.
Freeze. Classic TV.
Stay tuned. Well, the Tiger King will be making an appearance on the Beverly Hillbilly Show. We're going to have Jethro interacting with the Tiger King to see who's going to come out ahead on the wrestling contest. But of course, Granny is going to intervene with her big broomstick, and Ellie Mae will become prancing into the room to try to break the whole thing up. So we'll just have to stay tuned to see what happens on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Freeze. Go back to pro wrestling.
ladies and gentlemen, my name is Carol Baskin. And I am the advocate for the big cat rescue.
Freeze. QVC.
Free easy payments. That's all it takes. When you order all of the khakis, we give everyone a Carol Baskin plush doll. You can use it as a voodoo doll if you'd like, but you don't have to. And wait, next week we have the wardrobe for Carol Baskin. Tune in next Wednesday. All Carol, all the time.
Classic TV.
Jethro wins the fight, but now we take a complete switch over to the war scene where the Tiger King was previously enlisted in the war, and he's now coming on the scene of MASH. So MASH is going to decide how best they can interact and get out of this war, and then maybe Tiger King will help.
Freeze. Anime.
MASH, of course, being the name for the Mobile Action Supreme Heroes team, where we will all form together in a giant tiger bot and fight the Carol Baskin, who has now grown super tall thanks to the evil machinations of Space King Netflix and his dark magics.
Freeze. Classic TV.
He survived the war, and then he came back and he decided that he was going to go try to interact with Gomer Pyle. And Gomer Pyle.
Freeze. QVC.
Shazam! 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 We have got a deal on Baskin, Gomer, Carol, Tigers. Folks, we're clearing out everything. Call now. Wait. We just got another shipment in. I have to check on it.
Freeze. Pro wrestling.
My name is J.P. Wilson, and I am the Magic Man who follows.
Freeze. Anime.
Oh my goodness, the Magic Man is also giant and for some reason has no skin. I see all of his muscles and sinew, and it's very, very uncomfortable. This is, of course, Attack on Tiger King. And
Freeze. QVC. Curse you, Tracy.
We're out of product. You people have done it. You have bought everything we own. I'm so proud of you. I'll be back next week with some more delicious khaki.
Freeze. Wrestling.
I can't get my screen to go. No.
Freeze.
No.
Classic TV.
Sheriff Dillon from Gunsmoke says, I don't know how we're going to get that Tiger King, but we're going to take our horses out and we're going to go find him.
Freeze. Anime.
But first, we have to collect all 12 Tiger King balls in order to summon the Tiger King and the Monkey King and all the other animal kings. No, Eric, no.
QVC.
Balls. Folks, we have them. We have them. They just came in the back door. The Tiger King balls are here. 2 for $5 or 3 for 20. Call now.
Freeze. Wrestling.
Coming to the ring, weighing 160 pounds from Japan. That's right, Satoru Sayamaya, the Tiger Mask.
Freeze. Classic TV.
But all we have to do is twinkle our nose and ask Darren to leave the room, and we can get those tiger balls right now.
End scene. People in the scene. Yes, I'm happy we did that. That was delightful.
I didn't think Tiger King would be very hard for wrestling, but it was pretty tough.
Well, to be fair, you were the first one to bring up Carol, so
yeah, I'm glad somebody said Carol Baskin. I couldn't remember her name. I just knew that.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of the only two things I know about Tiger King. So it's very helpful.
You're welcome.
Tiger and Carol. That was about it.
Attack on, yeah. Ben agrees with me. Attack on Tiger King. Really, Tracy? How dare you? I brought props to a pun fight. All right.
I was this close to seeing if I had enough time to jump into my costume closet and drag out an anime wig. So.
Oh my.
Yeah. If Eric had time, you could have had time. Come on.
I mean, I don't. It's not as close in hand as Chucky Finster.
Yeah.
And now this show will forever be known as Tiger Balls, I guess. Yes, that's what I'm seeing.
So now we're moving on to our next game.
That's Tracy.
Oh, is this entrances and exits?
That it is.
Oh my goodness. This game, we are going to need our audience to provide us with some everyday words. These are words that you say or hear every day. We'll be using them in our scene, for which we'll also be wanting a kind of a location or event, something that people may gather for, and somewhere, an event where people would meet. And for these everyday words, we will be assigning one to each of our players here. This will be for all of us, all 5 of us playing. And as we go about our scene, once each of us hears what our assigned word, that is our cue to find a quick excuse to get out of that scene, or if we're not in it, get right into it. And hence the entrances and exits. We will be entering and exiting this scene back and forth depending on our hearing skills, picking up when we recognize our assigned word, telling us to either enter or exit that scene. So we're going to be collecting. We got some good words and suggestions coming in here for us to play with, and as well as some events. So let's just get right down to it, shall we?
You might also use events for regular words, depending. So,
That's true. That's true. You know, because we regularly discuss events in these times. So many places that we go and things we do. All right. I'm gonna say
concerts.
that,
I remember concerts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, remember concerts. Oh man. When you listen to music somewhere outside of your home.
Remember when air wasn't artificial?
Remember when light was from the sun?
No.
You guys are bumming me out. Let's just go with
that's a new game. We'll do a new game. We'll call it Remember When.
Remember when.
Oh, remember.
Remember when we started this show with the unicorn jumping off a cliff?
Ben, you can't trust him.
We were so full of joy.
Set the tone there. Oh my goodness. All right. So
we've had a lot of death in this show.
We can only go upwards from here.
Oh.
All right. So our words. Eric.
Yes.
Your suggested word. Your word is going to be late.
Late.
Late is your word. All right. Doug, your word is though.
Though? All right.
Though. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Joe.
Yes.
Your word is unfortunately.
What's the word?
Unfortunately.
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 Who's on first?
Dwayne, your word is ope.
Ope.
Like
That
a Homer
Midwestern
Simpson.
standby of ope,
Oh, that kind of, okay.
Under left.
like you bump into somebody or
yeah.
you know.
There are
Ope.
versions of ope, Dwayne. There are a lot of
Ope.
different ways ope can be heard. So
Ope.
you
Okay.
sharpen that hearing.
And for me, my word is well.
Well,
Oh boy.
Yep. When I asked for everyday words, we got some very everyday words. So we
Which
had
is perfect for this game. So thank
sharp
you.
ears, sharp ears.
we could have one sentence with all the words and just all be gone.
It's not unprecedented.
And
So just to recap, let's go down the line and remind us each what our word is. Eric,
late.
Joe,
Unfortunately.
Dwayne,
Oh,
Doug,
Though.
and well. And our location is going to be a cookout. And see, we begin. Oh, I can't wait till we get these burgers ready to chow down on, because let me tell you, I am famished.
After that 10K, whew, that was a lot of work.
You're telling me I haven't run that hard since I was on the track and field in junior high, and the other kids was chasing me because I was weak and small.
That's funny. I haven't run that fast since I was late for dinner.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I forgot something in the car. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Ain't that typical? old feather brain.
He just comes and goes just whenever he wants. He's just always he seems to always be running late though.
yeah. Unfortunately, he's going to be back any minute.
Yeah, hey, I found what I was looking for. I was very thorough in searching my car. Like I thought it was lost. But you know, it's things that happen though, you know.
Hey guys, I brought the balloons.
Perfect. Perfect.
I
set them up anywhere.
Okay, good. You guys did say bring the big balloons. So I had to bring the biggest balloons I could find, but unfortunately they didn't have many.
The bigger, the better.
You guys, I forgot to tell you, I had to go, really just had to go. So nature called, I went over by the tree. So that's why I alerted. I just went without letting you know anything. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay.
Better late than never.
I gotta go.
I didn't know urination was contagious, but
right.
It's like yawning, I guess. Once you yawn, another person yawns. Once you urinate, I guess other people go too.
Well, Joe, that brings up a good point.
What's that?
That when you got to go, you got to go.
True.
That's profound.
Well,
though I've heard it different in other circles.
I'm leaving.
I gotta check on make sure the buns are ready. Hold on.
Do you think she's upset?
I think so. Yeah, I think she's gonna be upset if she didn't get back to check her buns until it's too late.
Hey, I could have swore I was the one that was supposed to bring balloons. Like, why is that wrong?
I don't think so. I think the more balloons, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you can't go wrong with balloons.
Balloons are my thing. It's not like I can walk in and then, there's somebody else with balloons. You're just like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I think when I think of balloons, I think of you. And you're right. You should. Right.
I'm the balloon guy.
You are. That's your thing. That's your thing.
Well, he's going to bring balloons. It's perfectly obvious to see me. You look at me and you see, well, that's the guy that's going to bring the balloons.
Unfortunately, the other guy brought him this time, and I'll see if I can go get him.
Yeah. God. I didn't think this through.
Hey, I got some more balloons out of my car.
You son of a bitch.
What you texted me late last night and you said bring as many balloons as I could find.
I said I was bringing as many balloons as I could find.
Oh no!
Well, aren't we just in a bit of a pickle right now? I don't want to do this in front of the host.
Well, we are in a bit of a pickle. If you just let me
Sorry.
check in my phone.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
I don't know why they always pack like an uneven amount of buns, per like what they pack in like the hot dog and the hamburger.
Buy more.
But I mean, I can run back and forth. Like you got to be some kind of mathematician to grill.
It's not the way that commerce works.
Hey, anybody got any condiments? The buns look good. Everything else looks good. Let's eat.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring any condiments.
I'll go get them.
I mean, I thought we had this narrowed down. I thought we
a little late for
that.
that.
I guess we didn't. I gotta go.
We can't. Yeah. Do we have to figure out like a spreadsheet next time? If everybody's
Yeah, because I got a text last night from him, and he said he wanted me to bring the balloons, and now he's saying he was going to bring the balloons. I think he's a little confused. I think he unfortunately forgot how wrong he is because he's always running late.
I brought mustard.
Hey, quick question. Do you have any like music running? Because I got something in my ear and it's just like a ringing.
I mean, I could put some music on, but I haven't heard anything. You fellas hear anything?
Yeah. Anybody hear anything?
I'm not hearing. Yeah, like a little beat. It's not really music. It's more of a beat. It's like yeah, like that.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well,
Q-tips.
I mean,
Try some
it's
Q-tips.
still kind of music, but it's not really.
Well,
right? Unfortunately, we really can't tell what music is anymore. So, I'm sorry. You did say you were bringing the balloons.
Yes, I was bringing them all.
Well, I didn't read it correctly.
Well, okay. Maybe next time, read through your texts.
Well, unfortunately, I can't all the time.
Oh, come on.
I ketchup too.
Well, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I apologize. That there was music playing. That was my daughter. She's into that dubstep, and
the
notice it before.
It sounds good though. It's a good beat.
Yeah, I like it. And scene.
That's hard when the words are regular words like though, because you just say it and then you're like, well, why aren't you gone?
I found out that like the word well is like almost invisible because it is like one of those filler words.
Yeah.
I had to really figure out like, did I just miss it? Because I don't even pay attention to that anymore.
Yeah, that's it. That's fun.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Well,
that was tough. That's a drinking game almost. Anyway.
Yeah, nothing helps listening skills better than alcohol.
You bet.
Canvas kids, drink responsibly.
And speaking of big canvas, thanks Eric for the segue. I want to remind everybody because we got some big things coming on the Zoom, YouTube world and Facebook world. Roll the Dice will be here next Friday on March 12th. Be here, Roll the Dice, 8:00 March 12th, right here on this same bat channel. And then Lighten Up will be here March 19th. March 19th, another group called Lighten Up that kind of consists of two guys that are in this room, like a Joe and a Dwayne, and there may be some other guests that might be along with them. And then March 26th, Roll the Dice again. They will be back as they're at their regularly scheduled programming. And then April 2nd, the Big Canvas co-founders will be back. We hope we can get them all. We have to tell Heather to be here by like 3:00 in the afternoon for the 8:00 show, but we're all good. So
the OG clan.
The OG clan.
Lighten Up, and hopefully I'm not going to hype them up too much. Lighten Up has an amazing live show. So when they were performing in the theater, I enjoyed them every single time. So that is definitely something, if you enjoyed tonight, it is definitely something you do not want to miss. So tell your friends, tell your family. All of this stuff is also on Facebook events, which is a great way to keep track of what's coming, what's not coming. The other way to do it is to subscribe. Going to do the usual YouTube thing. Like and subscribe to this channel in particular, and also ring that notification bell, because you will always know when we are streaming, regardless of what the show is. I'll also, and I threaten to do this every time, but now I'm actually starting to kind of put more of the work into it. You will start seeing maybe clips happening on days where we're not streaming, where you'll see maybe little games and segments of other shows.
Do you mean promotional items?
What? I'm intrigued.
Tune in for the promos.
Woo! Smash that subscribe button.
Maybe stuff you've forgotten because it's happened so long ago. But yeah, we're constantly trying to improve the YouTube presence and getting that consistency out. So like and subscribe.
Like it. Excellent. Well, we're going to jump to our final game of the night. Yes, because sadly, we want to go watch WandaVision. So
you guys don't wake up first thing in the morning and watch it like I do?
Sadly,
wow.
no. We wait.
I'm glad I didn't get that channel.
we wait for the spoilers from Tracie.
Yeah,
I would never.
Never. Good for you.
No.
Good for
the
you.
audacity of it.
Tracie at least warns us that there's extra scenes after the credits, so that's the important thing. I know which ones do and which ones don't. So.
When I could physically go to a theater, I would shout it when I would see people leaving, like getting up from their chairs in a movie that I know has a credit scene, because it breaks my heart knowing that they're missing out on content because they're leaving the theater.
So you yell fire, or you yell extra credit?
No. There's another scene.
Oh, that's what you yell. Okay, that makes sense.
You're not supposed to leave the theater until the end anyway. Right?
That's right.
This is
no matter what.
Time to bring this up.
You appreciate every name up there.
Yeah, Tracie has
if you can read it.
For leaving early in the theater. Like, it's not pretty.
She yells at everybody that leaves.
Yeah, good for you, Trace. You stay till the end. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Excellent. I'm sure the key grip number 7 thanks you.
Yep.
I do it for you, key grip number 7.
Excellent. Well, let's get to our final game called World's Worst, where you're going to give us nouns, which Eric has already put in the chat, and we got a ton of nouns coming in. So let's get right to it. What we're going to do is show you the world's worst of whatever noun you give us, and you will laugh hilariously. You won't
We're full of hilarity.
World's worst grammarian.
Grammarily.
And you will enjoy every single moment of the worst world in the worlds of worst.
We save so much on rehearsals, guys.
Yes, we do. I know. It's been a year. I haven't had to use my brain or my voice or my words in a long time. So I'm happy. Can you see it in my eyes?
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right, let's get to it. World's worst prison. Yeah, we're gonna start there. World's worst prison.
Oh, and then we back this, and then we go like this.
None of us want to talk about the world's worst prison. Guys, I know there's zombies out here. We're gonna live here forever. It's gonna be great. Nobody's ever gonna storm this place.
All right. You've been sentenced to death by electric chair. You've been given your last rites. So here we go. All right, we're gonna have to bring in a lot more people.
All right, now I recognize that there are no walls in this place. We work on something we call the trust system. We just trust that you're gonna spend your time here as demanded by the courts and not roam free. But I mean, I'm not some kind of I'm not some kind of a busybody. I'm not gonna be hovering over your shoulder here, making sure you stick around. I think you're all good people. I'm just going to be over here with my magazine, and you just, enjoy your 15 to life.
We're starting to list our facility under the VRBO category. So we should expect a lot more visitors.
Okay, this time let's try it in a round. Everyone, row, row, row your boat. Yes. Okay, now just
row your boat gently down the stream.
now just
Merrily, merrily.
the murderers, murderers only.
Okay, how about world's worst, what is that? Baker, world's worst baker.
So of course, the first thing you need to do when kneading the dough is maintain consistency throughout the bread.
Hi, my name's Baker Mayfield. I play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I just saw a UFO.
I need some help in here, somebody. I keep making these donuts and I just can't get them full. They're just not working. I got this stupid gap in the middle. It keeps coming, they keep falling apart. I need somebody to teach me how to do this the right way, please.
So I haven't been able to make it out to a market since being in quarantine. So we're just going to make do with whatever I have here in my cabinet. So we're going to be making a cake today using Kraft Easy Mac, a can of Dolphin Safe tuna, this jar of little red hot candies, and this package of tortillas.
I've eaten that. That's not a bad thing. Anyway, mine. I do not have any certificates from culinary places, but I did score multiple times high score on Cooking Mama #4.
How about world's worst apps? World's worst apps.
Bean sprouts covered in Alfredo sauce.
Mine, Eric.
I downloaded this Find Your Perfect Mate app, but something must be wrong. And maybe it just keeps activating my selfie camera because it's just a picture of me. Where are the other matches?
I've got this one here that it's an app to get rid of unnecessary apps. And I keep hitting it and it keeps coming back and then hitting, and then it's just a vicious cycle. I don't know what to do.
Speaking of vicious, I've got this one that just deals with a deadly snake.
I found the paperweight app. I put my phone on top of papers and it keeps them from blowing away.
I found this app that actually dials people's phone numbers and I can talk to them. It's really cool. Nothing? Nobody? All right. How about world's worst fry cook?
These fries are good, but they are so hot. Oh, wait a minute, I dropped some. Ah, geez, you can't. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't know you could get,
Only wussies use the tools. I prefer to bob for them.
You see, you're not getting it. So you actually never have to clean any of this because the heat naturally kills any bacteria. Like, duh, everyone knows it's science. So like, why are you bothering to change any of the oils or wash any of the utensils? You bunch of noobs.
Look, I can only do one thing at a time. And it might take me 10 or 15 minutes, but then I'll get to the second thing.
All right, so I found Father Francis and I put him on low heat on high for 30. fryer as an O.
You say potato, I say tomato. They're still good.
Okay, well, how about this one? To end the night, something we probably no longer know anything about, but world's worst vacation. World's worst vacation.
We had a lot of fun, huh?
We're all going to meet up on Zoom.
Come on over and we'll stay away from each other and we'll pretend like we're somewhere else and we can look at each other on our phone and that'll be fun.
I went out back to the fire pit today.
All right, I've got colored pencils and paper for everyone because today we're going to go on the magication. All right, we're going to go to the vacation of the mind. So just think of all your happiest places and we're going to draw them together right now. And then we're going to trade each other's vacations. And then we can spend time in each other's imaginary resorts or imagisorts. Oh no!
I get to go to one side of the mask, and I get to go to the other side of the mask. I'm having a lot of fun.
And we have to end it right there. We're going to make Eric wear that mask for the rest of the night. Give everybody a big round of applause. Nice show, everybody. Whew, I am exhausted.
I'm trying to hug you all.
Yes. Group hug. Group hug. Well, thank all of you that have given us suggestions. See, I told you the show would be fantastic if you just gave us suggestions. I would like to thank Eric and his alter ego that keep appearing. Tracie, Joe, Dwayne, wonderful work. Don't forget next week, Play It By Ear right here on this same YouTube channel, same Facebook thing. Any, you guys want to promote anything or talk about anything before we call it a night here?
I'd like to promote Rugrats coming to Disney Plus.
No, Paramount Plus.
Oh,
Paramount Plus.
Me.
That and the new SpongeBob movie.
That's right. In theaters now?
Movie in theater? What's a theater?
It's the app you pull up on your Roku and pay an extra $30 to watch a movie that you used to see with friends.
I'd rather just stay home.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that now.
Oh, great.
Well, excellent. Thank you all for watching. We're signing off. Edward, thank you for that. Was awesome because you're awesome. Everyone, have a good night, and we will see you again very soon right here.
Thank
you.
you.